All right, guys, we are in Big C Supermarket right now, joined with my fellow commentator friend Matt Learn, actor from New York City. Let's run the clip.
What's going on here? Do you want to see Korean men? I'll show you. We've been catfished. It's very disturbing. I wish to leave.
Oh my goodness, are you surprised at how viral this went? Like, I'm a little bit surprised at people's like visceral reaction to this clip online, whether on Reddit, Instagram, etc., whatever social media platform.
I'm a little surprised. I mean, when I sent it to you late last night, I knew this would be right up your alley, but the fact that everyone has an opinion about it, like that surprises me.
Yeah, but I haven't noticed, to be honest, like you guys, we're gonna pop up some comments. I haven't noticed that many like nuanced opinions about it. I see a lot of people have like a visceral like reaction, like F this girl, she's racist, or like a few people like read her.
Yeah.
Maybe they say they didn't like her tone. Other people are taking it to like a more of a lookist angle. What was your thoughts?
Well, my first thought was, where is this video going? Like, as soon as she started showing people on the street, I'm like, okay. Well, first of all, what is she there for? That's another thing.
I think
She's a passport girl.
She's a passport girl. Let's be honest. Listen, guys, she's probably past her prime. Well, some people would say well past her prime. Let's show you a decade.
What's
out.
the age?
She looks like a 38, 39, 40.
Oh, yeah, a hard 38.
But my drinks quite often.
Okay.
I could see the drink calories and manifest themselves, and they skin laxity. Anyway, you know, I'm not trying to be like one of those guys that's just like trying to roast her in the comment section, but I guess what I'm saying is it looks like she went, and you had brought up an interesting point off camera, she might have went there to get with Korean Chads from all the dramas that she's been watching. Maybe her time with American Chads is over, plus now Korean Chads are trending, on digital content online.
Yeah.
So I'm saying she went to go get with those guys, and maybe she felt like she wasn't able to, and maybe she feels like she's blaming it on the lack thereof rather than herself, or she's basically saying this environment had bad fish. It disappointed my standards. Like, Korean guys aren't as hot as I imagined.
I think this might be a her thing. Like, she's probably every guy of every race has probably not lived up to her standards. And this Korean, I mean, she showed like a buff guy and a K-drama guy, right? And
Guy. She showed a guy on a billboard that looked like he was from Physical 100 with like a 10-pack. Looked like almost like beyond sculpted of like any human could possibly be. And then showed like a fat guy who looked like more the anime or the manhwa, the Korean anime lookism. It looked like the before lookism.
Uh-huh.
So I guess like, oh, by the way, guys.
She didn't look like this guy here?
Yeah. No, she did not. They didn't look like that guy. I'm definitely getting one of these.
Oh, yeah.
Sugar-free guys, by the way, fisherman's friend. So I guess what I'm saying is, let's say, for example, she's disappointed. Did you think that she was being completely racist and false? Or were people more mad at her entitled tone that felt racist, or like, what was it? Because I guess for me, when I see it, I'm like, she still went to go get with a bunch of Asian dudes, and she may have gotten with a few off camera or whatever. There were like a few Chads that like maybe like took a few notches down just to get it in. You know what I'm saying? But like, I guess to me, I'm like, I'm still glad she made this video.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that she made the trip obviously speaks to that.
Yeah,
Is that what we're asking?
you would want a bunch of girls to go make trips to Asia. Obviously, right now it's more like Korea and Japan, not as much like China or other countries. But I'm saying you would want them to continue to go whether they're disappointed or not. Does it make sense? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you would want I guess, what is everybody so mad about?
I wasn't mad. I found it so amusing. First thing I did is send it to you and other people that would laugh. Like, I did not find it racist at all, because there is a space where they are racist, but this was not one of them. It almost makes you question, was this rage bait, or did she genuinely feel like this and couldn't keep her mouth shut and couldn't just text one of her friends that she could have just, had an inside joke?
I think it's more rage bait, because I think that, to be honest, if she gets on the dating apps, I don't think a lot of Korean chats are going to go for her, but there may be a guy who's like on a losing streak or whatever, or just wants to do it because his friend did it, and he feels.
So you're saying she doesn't have access to top shelf Korean guys you see in Gangnam and Itaewon, right?
All right. So here's the thing. A lot of people are talking about, like, there was a few people in the comment section agreeing with her. And I'm saying this.
All right, I need
in,
some snacks.
in any
Keep
sort
going.
in any sort of population, like there's a distribution of like stereotypes, right? And there's the functional exposure, and then there's the actual stats. So for her being such a big K-pop fan, and the media that we see in other countries, it's like almost like the narrow slice of Korean guys that are really hyper sculpted and good looking. We may think that that makes up like 60 or 70% of the population, when it's something maybe more closer to like 15 or 10%, which is still quite high. I'm saying maybe other countries are like lower than that. So it's still quite high relatively, but it's just, she's almost like a teenager living in a fantasy land.
Right. So
Like seeing Bieber, and then Bieber's way shorter than she thought. You know what I mean?
the math in her head is just way off from reality, and we're working on this, right? Is that what he was talking about?
Yeah,
we're working on this
and her
concept.
ability to like predict probabilities and exposure ratios. If she goes to the top club that's hard to get into in Itaewon or Gangnam or even Hongdae, she will see what she's looking for.
Okay, we're gonna have to think of a name for this, but so far it's the David Fung probability model, right?
She's not gonna find it at BBQ Chicken and Bonchon and all these chains. Like if she's scoping at Bonchon for the dudes on the brochure, they ain't there. Yeah, at the most exclusive, hard to get into clubs, Itaewon, Gangnam, Hongdae.
Yeah.
The few guys that are really like that, which there are some, they're there.
Uh-huh.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I think so many people, like, with stereotypes, they don't understand. It's like, yeah, Hollywood is showing you people that really are like K-media or whatever. It's showing you people that exist, but you functionally may not have access or see them just on the street.
Yeah. Do you think the same thing happens in America, where when people visit America, they're looking for, Brad Pitt or someone on the streets of New York, maybe? Like, what would be the equivalent of this?
It's the equivalent. I think by now there's been enough American media that's hyper diverse that people may not have like America syndrome of like just looking for Brad Pitts and Chris Helmsworth, who's plays American, but he's Aussie. But he just looks like a blue-eyed, blonde-haired. I think that blue-eyed, blonde-haired white archetype like died out maybe in the 90s, 2000s.
Yeah.
Because like America's like so clearly not that anymore. But I could see that for like Paris. That's why I heard a lot of Asians, specifically Japanese, but some Chinese and Koreans get this thing called Paris syndrome, where Paris is not like how they imagined, like ultra clean and chic and romantic. It's very dirty and very.
Right,
like,
they'll
lazy.
show like the Paris I expected in the reality, right?
Yeah.
But they're not showing random Parisians on the street.
Right.
But DJ, like this woman.
Yeah. But I'm saying that some people, they're more showing like a dirty trash on the street or something like that.
Yeah.
Or the Eiffel Tower is way smaller, or like, it just don't look like the photos on their notebook that they grew up writing in. But I guess what I'm saying is some of those Asians, instead of like making a more mean or spiteful viral video, they would just literally have to be committed to the hospital for Paris syndrome due to nausea. Do you see what I'm saying? Where it's like, it goes to show
This actually happened
Yes,
in Paris.
no, this is a real Paris syndrome. You can look at
Okay.
Japanese tourist Paris syndrome. There's 100 articles on Google
Japanese
about this.
Japanese have the biggest.
Google, Japanese have the highest percentage of Paris syndrome, but other Asians have gotten it.
Wow.
So what I'm saying is like, look at the Asian internal response, it's to get sick internally, but look at the Western response, is to exude toxicity outwardly when you feel disappointed.
Right, so the entitlement is what's missing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like
They're more like,
you disappointed
they're more like, oh, I am so sad for me. Versus like, the white person's like, let me air out that y'all seeing fatties and all types of stuff that I didn't want to see. Like, they don't look like the K-dramas or the K-pops, the K-pop stars, and you know what I mean? So it goes to show you even just, obviously, Eastern culture more internal, introverted. Yeah. Western culture more externally focused, extroverted.
actually, you think that happens for guys too? We're in Thailand, or we're in Bangkok right now shopping in Big C, and we see tons of passport bros like in Nana and Sakamthe, right? So like Cowboy. Do you think they have the same expectations where maybe their expectations fell short? Or is it kind of different? Or do men and women react differently when their dreams of
Man, from what I've seen,
partner change?
I'll give you my honest answer.
By the way, I'm looking for some Milo. I'm like, I saw
I
Milo.
want to get one free back there. But what I'm saying is, I think that different people had a different image of what they were going to get depending on what media they were consuming. If you're consuming mainstream media, like, I think the most of the guys who are coming to Nana and Soy Cowboy, they're watching IGs of Nana and Soy Cowboy, so they're gonna see what they expected.
Right, it's not
shaped
douche
like
shit.
they're not watching like the Thai dramas and then coming to. That's like what women do. Is women? Guys, don't be like women are watching scripted shot on an Alexa, shot on a red camera.
need one of these.
Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas like I'm saying the guys that are coming, I would imagine the Passport Bros are motivated by other realistic Passport Bro content. So I guess, but to the point, I think there was a time in America where everybody would come to Hollywood and expect to see Brad Pitt, Nicolas Cage, Cameron Diaz, like that era. Like what is that? Like 90s, like early 2000s. But I think that has since gone away. But for Korea, it's still in that phase.
It's definitely happening. I mean,
The honeymoon, the halo phase.
for sure. I mean, one of my friends from Brazil. She went there, and her experience was totally different on the apps. I mean, she went from
Is she way hotter than this girl though?
she's hot.
She's when you say Brazilian, yeah.
But anyway, she said as soon as she got there, she got 5,000 likes. 5,000. I mean, how many guys get 5,000 in a week?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Those are some wild numbers. And then
So you're saying, and she was able to match with the Korean chads that like look like the guys in the brochures and the map.
right. But like you said, we'll pull up the comments. Like she's like they're all just looking to hook up. You know, they all kind of in this one area. And she did say it was good. Like she didn't have negative reporting like this OP, this viral video here. It was positive. Like it was a positive experience. Well, although she did say, everyone was swiping right. Like it almost felt like it was too much. Like it was a.
Well, I think that a lot of Korean guys right now, they have let's say we're all tall, good-looking Korean guys. One of us has gotten with a foreign girl, and then I tell the other guys what it's like, and then now there's pressure amongst the bros.
So you think there's a little competition going on with these guys?
Yeah, because they're just like, oh, finally we put in the work. Korean guys is hot, but I am cashing in. But like, Wongjun, you're not cashing in. So then Wongjun is like, he's swiping crazy because he like, oh, I'm not catching up. Like, we have to catch up, like cash in on all this like cultural cachet that like we built up as a country. Like whether they individually contributed to it or not. It is true, you'd be foolish.
Well, they're definitely falling in line with the looks. Like my friend from Brazil said, she said even the guys who weren't good looking, you had to dress really, really well. And she said not in a gay way, but they just knew how to dress.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, like we said, just to compare and contrast, we're Chinese. Like Chinese are kind of like, as long as like this truck is a strong truck, it's a good car. But they're not worried about like, did the truck get the fully, like the exterior treatments or the waxing.
So
is the truck the right color? They're more looking at the utility of things. I think it's changing slowly. But like Korea's always been like, like if the truck is dirty, that's not a good truck. Like if the interior is not like red leather vented, like massaging seats, it's not a good truck. Like they've always been, I guess, more
just the whole thing.
Whole concern, like not just the function of the engine and the ball bearings, but also like the interior and like even the way the car smells. I think their culture has just always cared about those appearances.
Yeah. Where do you stand?
On it, I definitely I'm a mix because I think that like Chinese, they don't care enough about soft power or like these type of like presentation-based things. But it's also tough because I think that if a large culture became that looks, but you also see
you need them.
Yeah, that's funny. I'm saying that it's not right, but you see also a lot of beautiful, rich Korean celebrities commit suicide because it's such a high pressurized society. The second they mess up or they're not as pretty as they were, whereas almost like like maybe a Chinese celebrity would be more like, yeah, I don't care, I'm still rich, which like.
They created this machine of entertainment that you have to live up to it, right?
Yes. I'm saying there's just double-sided edged blades to everything. But you never see the other side of the blade until it comes up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's always looking at the side that's just cutting the thing. Soft power. Shoom! Like it's cool. It makes these mid-white girls come and try to smash a bunch of us. Shoom! But then there's a reverse side of that blade too.
Okay.
But that reverse side only comes into play when it comes into play.
I'm curious what you think about this soft power strategy. You know how Koreans, they form like a super group, like a K-pop group.
It's government subsidized.
And not all of them have to be Korean, right? Like you have like.
I mean, I think that's a more last 10-year thing.
Yeah. So what do you think of that? Like, we got Lisa from Blackpink. She's Thai. And we got...
Right. I mean, they had XOM and stuff like that.
Twice. You got the...
I would say this.
Suyu.
I mean, I think it's a great plan to secure more foreign capital inflows. Because you're more bringing in somebody from that environment, from, let's just say, Indonesia, or like a large market that's been historically ignored, like in terms of like other people looking up to them, and then you're putting them, giving them that K-pop stamp of approval, giving them the training, and then they're bringing their own unique cultural qualities. Like, I don't think a Korean girl could capture like the street vibe of a rapper like Lisa could.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what I'm saying? That's from her own actual background, being able to capture that, like Cardi B or whatever you want to say, Nicki Minaj or whatever energies.
Do you think that helps the Korean culture more, or like, let's say Lisa's Thai culture more, to bring in that inflow?
It's both. It's both, because then Lisa can come potentially inspire systems to develop domestically.
Yeah, so like we were talking about before with the Asian male athletes, right? It's another blast zone, right?
Yeah.
That Lisa really.
I think even Korean guys getting really popping can inspire other Asian guys to, you know, run the Korean guy plan for their own group, whatever that looks like in a culturally sensitive way. Do you see what I'm saying? So
Yeah, no, I do.
In the same way, Lisa's career as a Thai Isan girl in Korea, and then she came back, and now she's a little bit more global, more Western facing, and left just the isolated Korean world. Now it's like guys could learn from how, like we said, as whatever people view this as racist or whatever, back to the original viral video, she's still doing it.
Yeah.
You still gotta go do it to even make that video.
Is that that? Like,
gotta-
she literally went online, booked that flight.
You gotta want something to be disappointed by it.
Oh,
Do you get what I'm saying?
That's
So
true.
I'm saying
The expectation.
other Asian guys could think about like, oh, analyze and break down on a checklist level, what did they do to get to that point where women are just flying over to Korea, whether they're disappointed or they lives up to their expectations.
Uh-huh. That's true. Was there any comment that you like just laughed your ass off?
All right, wow. I would say the one comment that I saw is like, you know, maybe people just.
They were savage. They were
I mean,
savage.
yeah. I mean, some people were dissing her. Some people were saying, yeah, a lot of the guys there, they get plastic surgery, and those are what the thing is. But like I said, everything is charted along a bell curve. And a lot of times when you look at a foreign population of people that you're not familiar with, you're always looking at just like the one functionally exposed slice of that bell curve. But that whole bell curve exists in that society. But like as an outsider, we're only clued into the part that we care about or that we want to emphasize. And we're like almost, I don't know if we're deliberately, but we end up being blind to all the other slices and variants of distribution within a population. So I guess, like we said, like even for Chinese guys, let's flip it for Chinese guys.
Yeah.
I think most people are thinking about the whack Chinese guys they meet. Do you see what I'm saying? It's almost like the reverse thing where people might go to China and be like, yeah, wow, they were better than I thought. Do you see what I'm saying?
So you think the expectations are so low
Yes.
that once they get there, it just.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like a short, ugly, evil guy that was gonna steal my IP, and then like, there were some good-looking guys that
that's the first.
There were some guys that looked like they were on Xiaohongshu or Red Note or whatever. And you see what I'm saying? Where it's almost like, that's how everybody's thinking about that place right now. It's so lopsided in both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, let us know what you think of that viral video involving that American girl who was like disappointed. Was she? Obviously, she probably wasn't right. Well, I guess
Was she out of pocket?
Yeah. Was she?
Or was it funny? Is it abusing? Did it make you mad that she had a sense of entitlement that she didn't deserve?
Yeah, I'm just glad that Asians could talk about something involving themselves, you know, like we don't have, I mean, hey, listen, shout out to the Super Bowl. I'm glad Jalen Hurts won. I'm a Jalen Hurts fan, but I'm saying like, I just know that there was nobody Asian involved in either team except the training staff.
Yeah. Although Cooper DeJean put on white boys on the map. Do you see that?
No, there was some DEI, yeah, for sure. But like, you're kind of
Quarterback.
like,
We need a name to quarterback.
honestly, Mac McClung should have became a DB. Because I don't know if the NBA thing's working out for him. But anyway, guys, let us know what you think in the comment section below. Let us know if you like this style of almost like analytical walk and talk video. Huge shout out to Matt, man. Check out his socials. You got a movie coming out soon, right?
Yeah, Fords 2025 feature world premiere South by Southwest in Austin, Texas, March 9th.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really, the people might be looking at my cart like it's a little slim. I'm actually going to use both of these things 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I just need some Mila, man. Like I just these Asian snacks.
All right, guys. We out. Peace.